In this video, we will set up Hyper-V Manager and install CentOS 7. First, we'll download the ISO image for CentOS. It's under Section 1. Resources, item number 4. While it's downloading, we'll click the search feature of Windows, type in Hyper. I'll right-click on the Hyper-V Manager icon and pin to my taskbar. Once it's pinned, I will no longer have to search for it. I can click the icon. I need to set up networking. I'll make sure I highlight my computer name on the left side, directly underneath Hyper-V Manager. Click on Virtual Switch Manager. I'll highlight External and create a virtual switch. This should be named Bridged. Make sure External Network is selected and select the connection that gets out to your internet, whether it be wireless or wired connection. In my case, it's this USB gigabit controller. Click Virtual Switch Manager again. This time select Internal, then create Virtual Switch. Name it Internal. Make sure Internal is selected as a radio button. Click OK. Now I'll create a new virtual machine. I'll right-click my computer name, go to New, Virtual Machine. I'll follow the project 2-1. And in the project it says the virtual machine name should be called CentOS with a space and a 7. I'll leave it at generation 1. The memory, 2 gigabytes, that is 2048 megabytes. I'll use dynamic memory. The network, I will select as Bridged. On the Create Virtual Hard Disk, I will need to change the size from 127 to 60, and that will match all of the labs and partitioning later on. I will click Next. I'll install an operating system. I'll click on Image File. I'll browse to my Downloads folder. And I'll select the downloaded CentOS. And then I will click Finish. Now to actually do the installation, we'll right-click on our CentOS and connect. We'll click the Power On button or Start. I'll click inside the window and hit Enter. This will check your downloaded file for any corruption. This check will take several minutes depending on the speed of your hard drive. I cut out some of the wait time here. Once it reaches 100%, after a couple minutes, it will continue to boot. A graphical screen will come up. We are going to select English. It should be defaulted already. Click Continue at the bottom. We'll go to Networking first. Should be lower left. We'll turn the slider to On. The host name, we will modify the first portion, localhost, and name it server1. We'll leave the .local domain on there. I'll hit apply. I'll hit done at the top. Next, I will go to date and time. We'll click on our time zone. We will click done at the top. The lab told us to make sure we selected AM and PM under date and time, so I'm going to go back to date and time at this point. It is grayed out. I'm going to turn off network time. I'm going to select AM, PM, and then I'll turn network time back on. And then I'll click done again. So that'll fix that portion of the lab. Next, we'll go to software selection. On here, we're going to select server with a GUI. We will make selections for KDE, Network File System Client, Print Server, Remote Management for Linux, and last we will go to the bottom and click on Development Tools. Once those selections are made, you'll click Done. We'll select Installation Destination. On this page, we'll select I will configure partitioning. Click on Done. It will take us to a new wizard. At the drop down, we will select Standard Partition. We'll use the plus sign at the bottom left. At the mount point, I'll use the drop down and select /. On the capacity, I'll put in 30 GB and click Add Mount Point. I'll click the plus sign again. This time I will select Swap. I'll put in 4 GB as the capacity and click Add Mount Point. Your screen should look like mine now. And then click Done. Click Accept Changes if it looks the same as mine. At this point, we are ready to begin installation. As it installs, we can do some other work, such as setting the administrator password, known as the root account. We'll use the pass1234 with a capital P. We'll click Done. It gives us a warning at the bottom that the password is too simple. We'll click Done again to confirm. Next, we will click on User Creation. The full name will be sample space user space 1. The username will simply be user with the number 1 at the end. The password, secret, S-E-C-R-E-T. We'll click Done. It gives us again a warning, the password is weak. We'll click Done again. You should notice at the bottom of the screen that you'll be installing around 1,600 different utilities and applications. And this can take several minutes for it to install, depending on your computer speed, and hard disk speed. After a great many number of minutes, it'll come up and allow you to click Reboot the machine. And this time it will not boot off the DVD. It should start booting off the network. It'll ask us to accept the license agreement. Probably one of your shorter license agreements to look at. Hit the accept at the bottom, click done at the top. Click on finish configuration. Once it finishes booting, you should see a screen similar to mine. This is what we want to take a screenshot of and call it Project 2-1 and save it as a PNG image. So in Windows 10 search feature, I'll type the word snip and launch the Windows 10 snipping tool. With the snipping tool, I'll click on New. It will give me a crosshair. I'll go to one of the corners of the CentOS window and I'll drag a box around the whole image. That will allow us to save the image in the snipping tool. So this is now a picture of what is to be turned in for your homework. We'll go to File, Save As, pick a place to save it. Maybe a thumb drive, maybe a documents folder. If it's a public computer, you probably want to save it to a thumb drive. So I'll save mine into documents. And the lab says name it Project 2-1. So this is the file that you'll again go to under Canvas, browse, and submit the image. So that concludes this video. You can watch the next video for Project 2.